Karthik is going to get the kids as well.
Yeah, no problem.
Just the initial 5 minutes at least, if they can chant.
Okay.
Sit. Just sit. Just sit.
You're sitting in for the class. Great. For some time at least you can. Okay. Om Sadashiva Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheda Vivangine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Sri Dakshinamurthy Namah. Okay, so last time we saw, last class, the whole idea of who am I as a limitless consciousness, etc. I being independent of the body, the mind, my buddhi. All these are self judgments based on what I'm associated with, and I am independent of the whole thing. And that I be resolved into pure consciousness, limitlessness. And the means of knowing that, what we popularly goes as the name Vedanta. Okay. Vedanta is a name given to the Upanishads. Okay. When you say Vedanta, you actually mean the name given to the Upanishads because it's at the end portion of the Veda. People translate it as end of knowledge and things like that. Forget all that. It's a positional name. And as a positional name, it's important, because in the analysis of the Veda, etc., it becomes important to identify the position. Okay, but that's all technical analysis. Okay, like your technical analysis of a share market, like that. This is all technical analysis. So the positional name, okay, the end portion of the Vedas, and as many other religions also, here also we look upon it as a revealed knowledge, revealed by Ishvara to the rishis. And Dakshinamurti is the first, is Ishvara conceived of as a first teacher. Yeah. How many of you have heard Jagi Vasudev, Sadguru?
Yes.
He talks about Shiva as Adi Yogi. Okay. Now, to limit Shiva as Adi Yogi is doing him a disservice. Because Adi Yogi was one of the manifestations of Shiva. So you can't limit him to that. Okay, let me give you a nice background. The story even the kids will enjoy. Okay. If you're looking at the traditions, you'll find yoga, dance, martial arts, all have the same root from Shiva. One of the names of Shiva is Nataraja. Those of you who are into dance, what is Nataraja? King of dance? No. Nata is not dance. Nrityam is dance. Natyam is when you are using dance to tell a story. Then it becomes Natyam. You're using dance to tell a story. It may be an elaborate story or a small story. Okay? The devotee longing for the Lord. Small story. Okay? Or it can be a whole Mahabharata can be said in a dance form. So that is Natyam. Natyam is a derivative from Nata. Nataraja, Nata. Now what is Nata? You won't find this in any published book or any written book. This comes from the oral tradition of some ancient masters. Very few. Those who have been into the Veda and the martial art tradition, only they will talk about this. Yeah. Nata was a series of movements that the warriors did to keep their health and fitness. Another name for Nata was Simha Krida. the play of the lions, the play, Krida play, Simha, lion. You find a small variation of it in the tiger dance in China and the Far East. Yeah, of course, it's very modified and things like that. So Simha Krida was another. From Simha Krida, one line went into martial arts. The oldest martial art is not Kalari, actually. There's an older one mentioned in the Mahabharata, in the Ramayana, etc. It is called Vajramushti. Okay. Diamond hands, or Vajra was the weapon of Indra. Thunderbolt hands. Okay. Mushti, the fist. Thunder fist, thunderbolt fist. So Vajramushti was the ancient art. Kalari is a next derivative. And the oldest form available now is Kalari. Vajramushti, bits and pieces here and there I have found, but not much of it, So that became one line. And Vajramushti also had his hard forms, soft forms. Like in modern martial arts, you see karate, kung fu, etc. is hard form. Aikido, jujutsu, tai chi is all soft forms. That is one line. Then you had another line. I don't want the martial art aspect of it. So it became yoga, where you had the soft and the hatha, soft and hard forms. Like, for example, pranayama you will do with all the bandhas, that's hard form. Then there is another type of pranayama called ayama. There's no breathing happening. The energy moves without the breathing. Okay, ayama. So that became another line. All from Nata. Okay, Nata, the martial art part, Vajramushti, the yoga part, and the dance. Bharatanatyam. There also there is hard and soft. Tandava is a hard form. Or the laya, the soft form, the gentle soft form. In dance also you have it. So from Nata, one type of movement, all these three developed. Yeah. So to limit him only to yoga is doing a disservice. Okay. Yeah. The whole Veda has come from the Lord. The whole Veda has so many other disciplines, so many other branches. You all want to know something about the Veda before I go into the Dakshinamurthy Stotram itself? Okay. What is the Veda meant for? First thing the Veda is meant for, it's a source of knowledge. Like we have a few means of knowledge with us. Perception, fivefold perception. You hear, you see, etc. This is the basic, this is how you started gaining knowledge. In my hands, perception. Each one of us, we are independent, we independently use perception. Then, based on perceptual data, you will make inference. Sound outside, there is a car. I heard the sound, I inferred car. Inference. Then there is deductive logic. In Sanskrit, we'll call it arthapatti. Here is a guy. I've been whole day with him. He never eats. He doesn't eat at all. But the guy is hatta, steady character. He's not skinny and starving. He never eats. I've been with him for a few days, from morning to never eats. Not losing weight. Ask him, do you have a thyroid problem or something? No, nothing. I'm fine. Then it's very clear. What? The guy must be eating in the night. He can't eat. You can't give up food and remain like that. You will starve. He following intermittent fasting, but reverse order. First meal 6 o'clock in the morning, last meal 10 o'clock in the night. It's called deductive logic, arthapatti. Then there is upamana, comparative knowledge. This guy was going to USA. I said, hey, visit those nature parks in USA and have a look at a bison. He says, bison, what is that? Oh, it's something like a water buffalo. Because in India, we have water buffaloes. It's something like a water buffalo. So this guy goes there, he sees the bison. Ah, this must be the bison. Nobody has come back and told me, hey, it is not like a water buffalo. Bison is different from a water buffalo. If bison was exactly like a water buffalo, we would have called it water buffalo. But comparative, you have knowledge of similars. From there, you extend, you jump. Comparative knowledge. This we use. No? So now you have perception, inference, arthapatti, comparative knowledge. Next one is cognizing things which are not there. Which friend of yours is not there here? Nisha, which friend of yours is not there here today's class? The guy who's sitting here? Huh?
Some random Meena. Meena is not there.
Meena is not there. Okay. How do I know that Meena is not there? You can't say I'm seeing. Why? To see, light has to be reflected into my eyes, no? The guy is not there to reflect the light. But with the thought of that person in my mind, I look around, oh, the person is not there. This is different from perception. In Sanskrit, it is called anupalabdhi, cognizing things which are not there, but which you know before. Anupalabdhi is called. Anupalabdhi. Yeah. Unupalabdhi. Upalabdhi to gain, not gain. Anupalabdhi. So these are the 5 means of knowledge we have. Your whole human knowledge is built upon this. All scientific knowledge, knowledge of economics, mathematics, literature, economics, all that is built on this 5 is enough to go to the moon and come back. They go to Mars and come back also. The coming back, we still have to figure out how. Going, we can. One-way trip to Mars is available soon. So, huge body of knowledge we have built up. But there will be still things you can't figure out. What we say are beyond logic. The Veda is supposed to tell you about that. Is there a heaven and hell? I don't know. Veda tells you about that. I'm not interested. That's fine. I'm not interested in heaven and hell. That's okay. It tells you. It is there. It tells you. So certain things are non-verifiable. What about karma? No, I accept karma. You accept karma? How do you know karma? Karma, your actions, you know. No, these actions will give you a result hereafter. The guy is not getting married. He wants to. And I look at the guy. He's got a good job. He's a good person. Pretty decent to look at. No. Pleasant guy. Well behaved. What's happening? Why is he not getting someone? Everything is fine with him. That's okay. Give me a horoscope. I don't have a horoscope. Date, time, and place of birth. Enough. Cast it. There is some karmic issue here. Last lifetime he behaved badly with a girl. Karmic issue. Not fair. This is this lifetime, that lifetime. But what to do? Karma doesn't go for like that. How do you know there is rebirth? Veda tells you. There is no proof for it. There is no scientific proof for it. You will find a few stories of someone remembering their past life, etc. That's a different thing. Your past life regression possible. These are all supporting logic. They're not proving logic. They're not scientific. Not meant to be scientific. Veda is not meant to be scientific. Because it's supposed to tell you what science cannot tell you. Now, some of the things have been validated by science. That's a different thing. So I look into the horoscope and then says karmic problem. That's all. This is simple. We'll do a Swayamvara Parvati Homa. What are you doing? Lighting a fire and putting things into it. I mean, not a bonfire, but a worship, a yaga. And within 3 months, marriage is fixed up. Wow, it works. Now this is verifiable. Do it and see. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. So the Veda will tell you things like this. Okay. Not getting a child, everything is normal. Putra Kameshti. Santana Gopala Puja. So like this, there are various things in the Veda to achieve what you need, which is dharma, artha, and kama. Artha, your sense of securities. Kama, your desires. What do you want? Enjoyment in life, pleasures. A house is a security. You buy a house, why? Night I can sleep safe. Making it a home is kama. Because to make a house a home, you need loving hearts and hands. Otherwise, it doesn't become a home. Otherwise, it'll become a bachelor pad like mine. Kids love it when they come to my house. Why? It's a bit messy. Books are all over the place. It's not very organized and disciplined. Books are flowing out of the cupboards, onto my table, onto my sofa. Kids love it. That's not a home. That's a bachelor pad. No, I'm a sadhu. It's an ashram. So, what I'm saying is that home part is the kama part. House is security part. Artha. Kama, making it a home. Okay. And dharma, the universal ethics that we follow, not bound by religion, is universal. So that, hey, when you tell me it's raining outside, I don't have to check. You tell me, I have to accept your word. That means you should be believable. For that, we need ethics. If both of us have to be, if I should have the trust in you and you should be, then we should be believable. This is universal. All this the Veda deals with. Life hereafter also the Veda deals with. Dharma, Artha and Kama. But there will always be a few handful of people like this. So we want more than that. Dil mange more. Your heart wants more than what these things can give you. That comes to moksha. Self-knowledge. To know yourself as the limitless consciousness that we are dealing with. That's what you want to know. Then come to the Upanishad. Small little section. Well, only self-knowledge, nothing else. You can have hundreds of desires and hundreds of karma for this. This is only one thing, moksha. So if you take the whole Veda, say Veda is 1,000 pages. Last 50 pages will be Upanishad. That's it. Small little thing. But this contains that knowledge of the self which is free from all limitations. This is the means for knowing yourself. But what about other religions? The seeds of this knowledge are there in every work in the world. The seeds of this knowledge. It has not been developed well. In India, we have a developed system about it. In the Sanatana Dharma, we have developed an elaborate system where a person on the road, like, Palmer or a simple guy, can join and be taken all the way up to all the way. So there's a system about it. Okay, there is where the whole thing comes. Seeds of the knowledge all over the world I have found it in some form or the other. But you will have the eyes to see it. The official heads of those religions may not accept those interpretations. Like to give a simple example, it's a Catholic country. So, no, it's a Christian country, not a Catholic country. Yeah. The son and the father are the same. Bible. They said son and father are the same. What do you mean by that? So they'll have the official interpretation. We will say it's like a Tattvamasi, Mahavakya. The Ishvara and we are one and the same. We will look at it. For them, it will be blasphemy. Yeah, how can you say that? Yeah. Then how will you explain it? Father and son being same. Father and son are not same. Then if you want to give a scientific explanation, you have to go into genetics. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So, seeds are there, I accept it. Has it been developed into an official, proper unfoldment of the truth? That is missing. That is missing. Yeah. In fact, I think Swami Vivekananda, someone has written a book, The Sermon on the Mount According to Vedanta. Ramakrishna Mission publication. So that's why the seeds are there, but not developed. So for me, that is the Upanishad, the Veda. Any language in the world, not an issue. Not an issue. Yeah. So this deals with the same subject matter as we saw yesterday. Okay, with this much. Now you have two choices. Do you want to start with the meditation?
Yes.
Yeah? Like pick up from where we left yesterday? Okay. See, I look like a very democratic teacher. Ask me your opinion. What do you like? It only looks like that. Okay. So you sit comfortably. See that your base is comfortable. Your base is fine. Your spine is erect. Okay. Yeah. Legs can be crossed or it can be on the ground. Whatever is comfortable for you. Yoga posture, we call it Sukhasanam. Now, what is Sukhasanam? Shankara defining it says, Yatra Sukhena Brahma Chintanam Bhavati. Sukhasanam is that asana where you sit, where you can comfortably think of Brahman, think of the reality. Natu Sharira Pidanam, not troubling your body. So if you can't sit like that, you don't have to force to sit like that, because then you're thinking of the pain and this is uncomfortable. No, Sukhasana. For me, this is Sukhasana. Okay. Yeah, I mean there are proper definitions and all. Though by tradition, yoga Sukhasana is like that simple cross-legged position. Yeah. How Padmasana is lotus, I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, jokes apart, you sit comfortably. Okay. And we first relax the body so that we can comfortably go ahead. So look at yourself. You're going to look at yourself and see that your body is relaxed. Starting with your face, eyes and mouth gently closed. No frown on your face. You're not concentrating on anything. Facial muscles relaxed. Neck muscles relaxed. Your neck is erect. Natural curvature is relaxed. Shoulders relaxed. Arms, forearms, palms and fingers relaxed. Chest muscles relaxed. Stomach relaxed. Sides relaxed. upper back, lower back, relaxed. You know there's some pain somewhere, tell yourself it's okay, it's relaxed. Waist and hips relaxed. Thigh muscles relaxed. Knees, calves and shin relaxed. Ankles, feet and toes all relaxed. Your body is sitting here like any other body here. To help you quieten your mind further, just pay attention to your breathing. Breathing happens, you're just watching it. Feel the breath as it goes in and out. Just watch. Again, no concentration, no hard thinking, relaxed. Now invoke the Lord in whatever form you can relate to and offer a mental worship. When you do this at home, you can make it as long or as short as you want. No rules for this worship except making it vivid. So when you are offering the water for Abhisheka, feel the coolness of the water. The few drops that splash on you, feel the coolness of it. Put down that, complete the puja, pick up the arati plate for the arati. Light that camphor, see the camphor flaring up. Offer the arati to the Lord. See the face of the Lord lighted up in the light of the camphor. Put down that arati plate, take the arati yourself, get the smell of the camphor. And now you sit down for your meditation. In the meditation that you're going to do in the japa, you're not thinking of the Lord or anything of that sort. Pay attention to the chant when the chant is there. Pay attention to the silence when the chant is not there. To that silence, to that stillness. Just pay attention. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 You are the one that is watching the silence. You can't watch silence without becoming silence yourself. The silence awareness is yourself. This is you, the awareful being, silence. From this silence awareful being, you're objectifying the body. The body is an object of your awareness. Your breathing is an object of your awareness. Your emotions, your thoughts, all this are objects of your awareness. You're that simple awareness. Awareness, that is silence. Silence, that is awareness. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. Om Ishaya Namaha. The whole world enters you as a thought. That thought is born in awareness, like a wave in the water. Born in the water, awareness. Sustained by the water, awareness. Resolved into the water, awareness. A wave cannot displace the water. No thought can disturb the awareness that you are. Thought is dependent on you, awareness. Awareness is independent of the thought. Om Ishaya Namaha. 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 Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamugachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You can open your eyes and come back to normal thinking. Cup your eyes if you want to. Those who are cupping, actually, there's a way to place your hands. Take your right hand and place it this way, along the nose. You'll find it perfectly covers your eye and the palm is at the center. Then take your left and place it on top. You'll find even if you open your eyes, there's all total darkness inside. Okay, yeah. Small tip on how to cup it. And this cupping is very good, especially if you're going to work a lot on the comp.
Yes.
Every hour, do it for 2-3 minutes. And then back. You won't have eye strain then. Every hour, to just 2-3 minutes. You're creating your own dark room. Okay. No questions about yesterday, or you have a question? Yeah.
Swami, this is on behalf of people who caught up online.
Yeah.
So
Some questions were there from them. Okay.
yeah, so a couple of questions have come up. This is more from our US folks.
Yeah, US group. Yeah.
Led by Priya Umesh.
Priya and all that. Yeah.
So a couple of questions
Yeah.
have come up. Yesterday, Swamiji, you had mentioned that there aren't just 4 Mahavakyams, but there are more.
Yeah.
Like Satyam Jnanam
Yeah.
Anantam Brahma is a Mahavakyam. We just wanted clarification because sometimes Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is also referred to as an Avantara Vakyam, they were saying. No, it's a Mahavakya.
It's a Mahavakya. See, now what is a Mahavakya? Akhandartha Bodhakam Vakyam Mahavakyam. Definition. Okay. A sentence which will give you the knowledge of the indivisible whole. Literal translation. Akhanda. Indivisible whole. That means the limitlessness, if it tells you. What is indivisible is only infinite. Nothing else is indivisible. So that sentence is called a Mahavakya. So if you look at Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, it's a Mahavakya because it completely defines what Brahman is. There's something called Brahman, which is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Yeah.
Yes, Swami.
So Avantara Vakya is what follows. Tasmad Etasmad Atmana Sambhuta Akashasam. All that is Avantara Vakyas. But Satyam Jnanam Anantam is Pramana.
I think just to elaborate on the question, the thing was like in Tattvamasi, you bring in the total and the individual.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
here, where is the individual coming in? Swami?
Jnanam.
Jnanam. Okay.
The word Jnanam brings in the individual because do you know any source of awareness other than the living being? So you come into the picture with the word Jnanam.
I see. Okay.
Brahman is Ishvara there, Jagat Karna. That is defined as Satya Jnanam Ananta. So both come in.
I see.
Like I am Atma Brahman. Okay. Yeah. Or Prajnanam Brahman.
Prajnanam.
Prajnanam Brahman again, Jiva is not separately mentioned, but
Yeah.
Jnanam is there. No?
Okay, so wherever Jnanam,
Jnanam comes, the individual comes into the picture.
I see.
Because without you, there is no question of consciousness, awareness. Awarefulness also is not there. No?
Okay.
I mean, in terms of our known world,
Yes.
this is it. So that's used for that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Great. That was one question. The second one which had come up, I'll just read it out. People say we get to choose our life and the set of parents we want to be born to.
Yeah.
to. We also can choose our relatives and cousins and friends and enemies too. I want to know if this is true.
This is very new age thinking that we get to choose our lives. Sometimes we get neighbors we don't want anything to do with. I wouldn't choose this. Yeah. No. There is some truth in it, but I'll tell you where. Your life is based on your past karma. Now, past karma, I have done something to the world must do something to me. I must receive something from the world. Okay, this is what karma will be. So, let us say this set of experiences I must have. So, maybe if there is a choice, this set of experiences you can have to a couple, if you are born to this couple in Bombay, another couple in Melbourne, another couple in New York. Within these three, there is a choice at the most. At the most, the choice will be within these three because the set of experiences you have to get. You have to meet somebody who you think is the love of your life and then get ditched. This is a set of experiences you're supposed to get into. Okay. Yeah. You must have set of parents. One guy is very strict, etc. And the other will smother you with love, will kill you with love. Most difficult combination ever. Okay. One guy is saying you're good for nothing, and the other guy is saying it's okay if you're good for nothing. It is not compensating, this is adding to the problems. Yeah, it's a big problem if you get this type of parents. Okay? Speaking from experience. Thank God for teenage rebellion where you can break free. So, this is set. Experience is set. Yeah. So, within that, little choice is there at the most. But even that, I'm not very sure. You know why? If you're an Indian and you get a chance to be born in Bombay or New York, what will you choose? No, I chose India. Okay. So there is some little bit elbow room there, but not more than that. Because your experience, who will choose to be born blind? Tell me. Who will choose to be born blind? If you have a choice, you will not take it. No? But if it is your karma, you have no choice. You have to get. Now, how you handle that blindness is your choice. How you handle it is your blindness. Will you let it limit you, or will you become bigger than the limitation? That is your choice. That is your choice. But this lifetime, I chose to be blind. So new age nonsense. Nobody will choose it. Yeah, who will choose to be born blind? Yeah. Who will choose to be let down in love? Nobody will choose that. Yeah. Who will choose abusive parents? Who will choose? Nobody is going to choose. This is a karma you are supposed to face. What happens to you is karma. How you handle it is your choice, your free will. And that karma is also your previous actions. And this becomes very clear if you do some past life regression, etc. Some insights you will get into all that. Yeah.
Swamiji, they say life is about the choices you make. Right?
Yeah.
But are these choices also predetermined by the
No.
karmas of your
A
life?
choice is not predetermined.
Okay.
Right now, pen. Look at it. I have all the options in the world. Keep it back. Throw it at you. Put it down. You see, there is a great amount of free will. The free will is conditioned by your background, your culture, etc. But the greatness of a human being is you can break free from all of that. Sometimes difficult. Some conditions are strong, therefore difficult. But you can still do it. That's the greatness of human effort. That's the greatness of being a human being. Yeah. You can break free. Yeah. Like all of you here, you have chosen how much of your old culture you want to keep, how much you want to adapt into the society. You have to integrate into the British society. There's no two ways about it. You have to integrate into society, not forget you're an Indian. So that harmony, all of you have chosen to do. No? All of you have chosen to do. You wouldn't want to send your child back to India to school, no? Which Indian parent coming to UK will want to send the child back to an Indian school? You don't want to. Though that education system was set up by the British, okay, to create clerks for the empire.
Lot cheaper also.
I mean, we blame that, but we also forget that all of us went through this education, that clerk education, but all of us have done well. All of us have done well. Even though the education was there, we did well in the international level. No? How? Not all that bad as we thought it was. Yeah, that shows it is not all that bad as we thought it was. Yeah, there are limitations in it. Too much of rote learning and all that thing. I agree. But what is wrong in developing a good memory?
Yeah.
It's good to have memory. No?
Nothing like a good
Then you'll remember things. Yeah. You don't have to Google search every time. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. Yeah, it's good to have memory. That habit came because ours was an oral tradition. Like all ancient cultures are oral traditions. Writing developed only about 3,500 years back. Before that, the whole Veda was by heart. Acha, you want about Agnihotra? This here. Google was here. Yeah, it was like that. Vedantic teachers sat down under a tree and taught. No need of a text. Sometimes in my camps, I do that. I say, okay, I'm going to deal with this topic. Swamiji, what text? No text. Then listen. I do that. You don't need it. Yeah. So it's good to have a good memory. But not only memory. You need to how to analyze, etc. Those skills also have to develop. That's what I'm saying. The choice is limited.
Can I, Swamiji, ask one thing? You mentioned earlier around the same topic about the blindness, the choice. So I think a few months ago, I met Ram Bhadracharya, Jagat Guru.
Oh, you met Ram Bhadracharya,
Yes,
one of the greatest there is there.
I know. So just what you mentioned, that it's by-hearted.
Yeah.
So my question is that he himself has said that at the age of 1.5, he was like,
Yeah.
the
He
child-
became blind at about
Yeah.
1.5-year-old.
Yeah, and I think they tried some herbal remedy and it
Nothing
didn't
worked.
work. Nothing worked.
Karmic.
Yeah. So, but he was brought up with, like, he has all the Shastras, the
Yeah.
Rigveda and the Ramcharitmanas.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has, in fact, critiqued the Ramcharitmanas, the Gita Press version.
Yeah.
So, but it's all Kanthastha, right? Like,
Yeah.
by-hearted. So the question is, he has said that, of course, that environment also, his parents and everything brought him up that way. But so he has mentioned that it has also from past life, this particular thing. So right now, I think very few people have that kind of knowledge, Kanthastha, everything by hearted.
No,
So,
I know there are priests in South,
Yeah.
Tirupati and all these places. The whole Veda is by hearted.
So you think in the chemically, like in the brain, I mean, is it like doable for, it's accessible for
Yes.
everyone, or
Yeah.
is it like you're born with that kind of?
See, Ramabhadracharya, if you look at his life, definitely he has indulged in it in the past.
Yeah.
Because there's something exceptional about him.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Ramabhadracharya is a sadhu in South, Vaishnava sadhu in North India, who's an expert on all Shastric matters. Okay. Especially the Ramayana and everything. He became blind at the age of 1.5 years, before 2 years, fully blind. He's born with some limited sight, but he became fully blind. And the whole thing is with him. In fact, he was called to the Supreme Court
Yeah. He turned the whole of
to say, is there any proof mentioned in the Ramayana or
And
any
he-
other Puranas,
And he
that this is the birthplace, Ayodhya is the birthplace of Rama. He quoted verses, this, that, talking about distance from the Sarayu river,
Yeah.
this, that, correlating it to modern this thing, all out of his head. And they went and measured and found everything is true. He says, this verse in this chapter and this book. And they brought out the book and said, that is correct. That was the guy was an authority, was a moving library. Now there is something exceptional. So that exceptional part is because last lifetime also is indulgent. But every human being, you start early. To have everything by hearted, you have to start early. The time you're a kid. Hey, when we were young, tables up to 20 we knew.
Yeah.
Do the child of today know that? You mean to say the child of today is less than us? No way. He's not anything less than we are. But that skill has not been developed. So I know people who all Veda they have chanted.
Wow.
We say about Ramanujan as well. Right?
Yeah. I mean, look at Swami Paramarthananda, my batchmate. He went for 8 years into Vedic education. Okay. So a lot of things are by hearted for him. It's there in his head. His student Omkarananda came from a priestly family. He was a priest before Karmata. He is no more. He had a samadhi last year. With COVID and all, he had complications. He was also like that. A lot of things by hearted. He's younger than me. Yeah. So everyone can do this. See, as an adult, it's difficult to do. One thing, because certain pathways are fixed in our brain now. Okay. But we can create fresh pathways. But we'll get bored trying to do that. Trying to buy heart something at this lifetime, we'll get bored. As adults, come on, buy heart this. Yeah. I'll take a printed copy now. And you get bored to do that. So we don't do. Yeah, agreed. A child can memorize things much better than we can. But we can also do quite a few things. Yeah. So it's possible.
Okay, good to know.
Though, of course, in exceptional cases like that, some previous samskaras are there.
Yeah. He told this story, and I have to share. I was like absolutely so impressed. His mother, the day she was to deliver, one sadhu came, and you know how if
Yeah.
you open the door to a sadhu, you have to feed them.
Yeah.
And there was no food that day. Was, I think, Ekadashi, and they hadn't made any food, and she was on a vrata. So literally, she said there's no food, but her mother-in-law had kept a little bit of for food to break the fast end
Yeah.
of the day aside. So he said, no, there is food left. You give me that.
Yeah, good.
So she was like, okay, she was feeling weak, and so she
Yeah.
said, okay, have it. And then he said that you will deliver 6 hours from now,
Oh,
and this boy will change the history of India.
it's true. He has done that. That
Yeah.
sadhu had some intuitive knowledge, and that boy turned out to be like that.
Yeah.
It's an authority on the thing.
That-
I mean, the Supreme Court lawyers were shocked when they heard about him. They couldn't believe it. This man, blind, and he's quoting books and chapters, and it's all true. It's there.
And even the Shankaracharyas couldn't
Yeah.
do this.
Oh, Shankaracharya, I have a great respect for him.
Yeah.
I met him. I know him.
Amazing.
Phenomenal man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, a lifetime from childhood dedicated to this learning.
Yeah.
So that's why that maturity that you need of life. See, when I walked off, people said I walked off early. I walked off from my job and things like that and joined the ashram when I was 23-year-old. But I needed life experiences. In the 23 years, I had packed in a lot. I sailed around the world, volunteered for a war, fell in and out of love. So I had seen enough experiences. But this guy was there from the childhood.
Yeah.
Childhood. So previous lifetime, continuing the thread. That is there. So that much for that. Any other questions?
No, those are the two.
That's it. Okay.
Swamiji, if everything is related to the past karma,
Hmm.
will any of the current actions impact this lifetime, or is it again for the next lifetime?
It can be any number. What fructifies? See, all the karma that you do, most of the karma phala comes right here only. No? 80% comes right here. Okay. I got angry, I punched the wall, my hand got hurt. Or the wall got hurt. One of the two things. Karma phala is right now. So 80% right here. Some get extended to other lifetimes, that. So long term. Like a long term investments. So that all goes to form my sanchita karma. My fixed deposits in my name. We are all rich people when it comes to karma. Sanchita, good, bad, ugly, everything. It's all mixture. Some of it comes to give me this lifetime. That's prarabdha karma. The action that I do now gives me result in the future. That's called agami karma, yet to come. Some of that agami, if after my life, will go and join the sanchita karma.
Do they help rectifying the past ones,
Yeah.
the actions in this?
You can never be sure. You can do certain things. If you have your prarabdha right now, as I said, there are some rituals available, some Vedic esoteric rites available to take care of some of the problem areas. Nobody wants to take care of the good areas. No? According to horoscope, hey, your guru, Venus, both are strong. You're going to be rich and have a very comfortable life. You want to do anything about it? Thank you, God. Accepted. No, you're going to have this problem, health problem. Oh, what can I do about it? so that rituals are given for that. Some of it you have to undergo. Nobody can take care of more than 70-80% of the past karma. Yeah, at least 20-30% you'll have to undergo. That's called karma. You have to face it. But your present karma can alleviate it. That's why the Indian astrology is curative in nature. Not only predictive, it's also curative. Yeah. Like if you look at it also right now, Shani will be in a reasonably good position. That's why you're in touch with the sadhu. And we started on a Saturday. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to go into astrology. There's one lady here who's very much interested in that. I'm very much into that.
But Swamiji, as an extension to that, I've heard that when somebody gets interested in the spiritual knowledge, that Ishvara rearranges some of the karmas. No, is not.
I wish he did, but he didn't.
I've heard it actually.
I think
Some grace comes into your life.
Grace, yeah.
By going into the spiritual knowledge,
Yeah.
some grace comes into your life. That grace will help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe in better acceptance.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yes,
Yes.
Not only that, great in terms of luck also to favor this
I see.
studies and things
Okay.
like that.
The
Yeah.
grace part of it. Okay.
Yeah. But that favoring the studies can happen in different ways. Okay, your relationship breaks up. Grace.
It probably is.
Oh, grace, I'm suffering. Yeah, but now you're turned spiritual after that. You dealt with that grief, now you turn spiritual. It's like this. Yeah, so things like that. I don't go too much of stories. Getting old, I'll keep telling too much of stories. Okay, so going ahead with the text, then it comes to Rahu Grasta Divakarendra Sadrusha Maya Samachadana Sanmatra Karanopasamharanatah Yo Bhuta Sushupta Puman Pragaswap Samiti Prabodha Samaye Ye Pratyabhignayate Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshina Murtaye Rahu Grasta. until the hold of Rahu. What is Rahu? Shadow planets. The shadow of the earth and the moon or the sun is called Rahu. It's a shadow planet, Chaya. That means what? We are not taking them as real planets, but in astrology, we take it for our calculations. Nobody says Rahu and Ketu are real planets. They're shadow planets, Chaya. The shadow of the earth and the sun and the moon. Therefore, Rahu Grastam, held by Rahu. What happens? Divakaraha, daymaker, meaning the sun. Divakaraha, the sun, or Indu, the moon. So the moon and the sun only will come under the shadow. No? So, Sadrushai, similarly, Maya Samachadana. My mind covered by Maya. My mind, or the reality, the perception of the reality, covered by Maya. Okay. Sanmatra Karana Upasamharanata. Withdrawing the Karanas, all the sense organs, etc. Okay. Yo Bhuta Sushupta Puman, in deep sleep. Now, what is there in deep sleep? You are existing. Sanmatram is there. You are as pure existence, you are there in deep sleep. There is no conscious thought. Just existing. Okay. Like, the example is nice. Full eclipse. Total eclipse. Sun or the moon completely blanked out. For whom is it blanked out? For me or the sun?
Me.
For me, the sun is not blanked out. The moon is not blanked out. For my perception is blanked out. That's why you'll see it only in some places, you won't see it in other places. In other places, it will be only partial. For me, it is blanked out. Then what? Prag apswapsamiti prabodha samaye. Prabodha samaye, when you wake up, I was asleep before. Ya pratyabhijnayate, one who recognizes that. Okay, certain things implied. Let's look at this verse. You go and sleep. Okay. When you wake up from sleep, what happens? You pick up exactly what it was, no? And you know you slept. You recognize the one who went to sleep is the one who's awake right now. Is there any difference in you? Except the fact you are rested. I slept like a log. Did not know a thing. You were snoring away. Who? Me snoring? No, I don't snore. You were. I didn't know about it. He says that is pratyabhijna. He says. Now, what is pratyabhijna? Okay. The phone I used for an example yesterday is the same phone that is here today. So that is the same thing here. That perception of continuity is called pratyabhijna. The pen I had yesterday is the same pen that I have today. The clothes I'm wearing yesterday is not what I'm wearing today. Okay. that has to be what. But the color is the same. That's pratyabhijna. Okay. So pratyabhijna is the sense of that this is the same, that is this. So similarly, you have the recollection, you are the same guy. The one that went to sleep is the one that is here. Similarly, prabodha samaye. When you know the truth, the guy who was seeking for the truth is now the enlightened person. Why? The Atma that objectified the seeking mind is the same Atma that is objectifying your knowledge right now. Isn't it true? The Gita says, Kaumaram Yavanam Jara. Kaumaram, childhood, youth, old person. You recognize you are the same entity. There's a nice advertising jingle like that. I used to love it. I don't know whether you all heard it. जब मैं बिल्कुल बच्चा था बहुत शरारत करता था. When I was a kid, I used to do a lot of mischief. क्या रंगीन जवानी था, एक राजा और एक रानी था. What a colorful youth I had as a king and a queen. अब तो बिल्कुल बूढ़ा हूँ, गोली खाकर जीता हूँ. Now I am old. I have to eat a lot of pills and live on those pills. But I'm the same guy. Why do you say you're the same guy? Nothing is same about you. Your body is same. Emotions are same. Knowledge is same. No. Nothing is same. Then how do you say I'm the same? Look at it, even in general parlance. You meet somebody after a year. Hey, you have changed a lot. Not really. Isn't that the first response? Not really. They'll say, no, my hair has become grey. Or COVID now, I managed to lose that COVID weight. You have to say something after that to justify the change. But the first response is, no, nothing, I'm the same. Are you getting this? Though nothing is same, you're the same. Why? Because Atma is the same. The consciousness does not change. Somewhere in the dim recesses of your mind, you are identifying with that. Saying, I don't change. I'm not. I'm same. So the consciousness remains the same. Since he has given the sleep example, a little bit on that. Every human being goes through 3 states of experience every day, every 24 hours. Waking, dream, deep sleep. Right? You all go through. These states are mutually exclusive. When the waker is there, the dreamer or the sleeper is not there. Correct? When the sleeper is there, the dreamer and the waker is not there. When the dreamer is there, the sleeper and the waker are not there. The 3 mutually exclusive. So now this is the waker, me, the waker, dreamer, sleeper. 3 mutually exclusive. Then how do you know you dreamt and you slept? You're the waker speaking, no? How do you know? What is connecting up all the 3? They are mutually exclusive states. So the persona is also mutually exclusive. But you, the Atma, is a common link. Right now, you're the waker. I hope nobody is asleep. I don't think I've become that good a teacher yet to put people to sleep. Right now, you're the waker. Are you aware of the fact you're the waker? So you, the consciousness, is illumining your waking mind. And the waker going about doing things. Correct? When you're dreaming, the consciousness is objectifying the dreamer and the dream world. Going about all that. When you're in deep sleep, the consciousness is objectifying your sleep, the blanket of ignorance you're under. Rahu grastamiva. Covered by Rahu. Meaning covered by avidya, maya, ignorance. Pure ignorance there. The consciousness is objectifying that. So what is the link? The link is that consciousness. That's why, with respect to the three states of experience, the Atma gets a name, Avastatraya Sakshi, the witnesser of the three states of experience. Atma is defined like that. Avastatraya Sakshi, the witness, because witness is not involved in the action. The ahankara is involved, the ego is involved in that. You have a waking ego, you have a dream ego. Sleep also, there is an ego there, but ignorant, total. It's called prajna. Almost ignorant. So these three are connected. And what is Atma then? People will say, Turiyam, fourth state of consciousness. All of you have heard that, right? There is no fourth, there is only one. It is presented as the fourth. Now, what's the difference? Now, I spent years in Rishikesh. A story, okay? If it's true story, I'll tell you it is a true story. If it's a story, I'll tell you it is a story. It's a story. But I'm trying to make it as real as possible. I spent years in Rishikesh, which is a fact. Then I came back to Bombay. I got down early morning at Dadar. Took a cab to go to my place. Okay. And going by cab. If you have ever been to Bombay, you know, all the film posters are all over the place. That's one thing, the first thing I noticed when I landed up in here was, I don't see a single film poster anywhere. Okay, I don't see a single thing. I said, where do you advertise the films then? You have some trade magazine or something like that, or newspapers?
Probably the restaurants inside would have all the.
Oh, okay.
some of the restaurants.
So I'm going by this cab. I see one guy. Don. The local criminal head, you know. So I'm curious. I was at etc. Oh, कौन है? Who's that guy? अरे वो तो अमिताभ बच्चन है. Amitabh Bachchan. I said, Amitabh Bachchan is a local don, but he's popular enough to be advertised. I thought dons didn't want to know. ठीक है यार, मैं ऋषिकेश के साधु साधु from ऋषिकेश. Then I sent somewhere else. Inspector Vijay. Huh? They look similar. Huh? ये कौन है? अरे बाबा जी, he is also Amitabh Bachchan only. अच्छा अच्छा. Don is inspector, double role. I mean, he's playing a big game. The cops and robbers. Go ahead further. Minister. No? Home Minister of Maharashtra. I said, हाँ ये भी अमिताभ बच्चन ही है. I said, भैया, to be a minister, should you not resign from the police force? अरे बाबा जी, आप तो किधर से आया? ऋषिकेश के आया क्या? I said, हाँ, I come from ऋषिकेश. You don't know. वो तो अमिताभ बच्चन तो बड़ा एक्टर है, the big actor. ये देखिए, ये असली अमिताभ बच्चन. This is the real Bachchan. He's showing me the fourth photograph. Now tell me, is Amitabh Bachchan the fourth or the one? He is the one. The other three are roles. Atma is the one. Waking, dream, and deep sleep are roles. The roles that you play. So, because you play the roles, I am constrained to show the fourth photograph. I am constrained to present Atma as the fourth. Actually, it is the one. It is the real. The three are dependent on the one. The one is independent of the three. So it's not the fourth. It is the one. That's why the Upanishad says, Chaturtam Manyante. It is called the fourth. It is not the fourth. It is called. With respect to the three, I am constrained to call it the fourth. If there was a fourth state of consciousness or experience, I'll have to call the Atma as Panchama, the fifth. So Turiya is not a state. Turiya is the nature of the Atma. People mistakenly present it as a state. Oh my God, all over the world it goes. But Swami, is it not feasible to have an experience like that? Yeah, of course. If you want an experience, you can experience. You're not going to become any wiser for the experience. Unless you have some Vedanta as a background, you're not going to become wiser. I'm telling you that. I told you last time, no? Last class, how I sat in Samadhi for hours. Didn't become wiser. So at the end of it, I realized what an idiot I was becoming. So this is the Sakshi. Therefore, Prabodha Samaye, when I wake up, the whole ignorance of sleep gone. When I wake up to the reality, the whole ignorance of the self gone. And how do you wake up to the reality? To the teaching. Tasmai Sri Guru Murte Dakshinamurthy Namaha. To until that Dakshinamurthy, who has given me this teaching, unto him my prostrations. So the whole focus of the verse, negation of ignorance. The only problem that you have, the real spiritual problem is only ignorance, self-ignorance. That's why really speaking, there's only one question worth asking or answering in Vedanta. Who am I? Who am I? Yeah.
Is Bodh and Prabodh the same?
Huh?
Bodh and Prabodh,
Yeah.
are they the same?
Yeah. Generally, it's used. See, sometimes the words are used so fit in a verse and things like that. You can make a difference also. Bodha is general awareness, Prabodha is specific. You can make a difference like that if you want to. Prabodha Samay here, when you wake up, like from sleep, when you wake up, then the whole sleep and the dream problems are gone. Look at it. You dreamt that you had a whole lot of problems. Fundamental issues. You wake up, where are they? Gone, no? What did you have to do? Nothing. You woke up. Similarly here, as a finite entity, I have a huge lot of issues. Tell me, any role that you play, is any role free from issues? As a husband, come on, yeah. With women today, nowadays, you know what it is. You do, you're damned. You don't, you're damned. As a wife, with a character like this Indian husband, what do you expect? A lot of issues. As a parent, my God, today's kids, lot of issues. As a parent, oh my God, don't tell me you don't. Don't start me off on my mother. As an employee, you don't know what the company is here. I don't agree with half its policies, but what to do? I'm forced to do that. Lot of things Twitter and all is doing, or YouTube is doing. I don't agree with that, but I'm an employee. I can't change the policies. You have issues. As an employer, my God, the talent that you get nowadays, now. Issues. As a school teacher, my God, don't tell me what all the problems are. Not only the students, the parents also. One kid comes and tells me, today I'm a cat. How do I deal with that kid? Identity issues. And I'm not supposed to correct it. I'm supposed to validate that.
Yeah, I know.
So if a teacher like that will ask me, I'll say, ask him to sit down on his bench and every 5 minutes say meow meow. You will get cured. And if somebody questions you, no, I validated, no. with teachers. Oh my God, you know what teachers are nowadays? Oh God. So much of homework they give. Eternal complaint. Even higher time we had complaints. What I'm trying to say is, you're playing a role. Each role will have an issue. And it is meant to have an issue also. None of those issues are your issues. As a role, yes, you have that issue. As you, the self, it's only a role, not me. Pack up is announced, fine, roll over, chalo. The pack up is moksha, okay? You know yourself, now what? I can afford to play a troubled role on a stage. Why? Because I'm free from that trouble. I'm getting name, fame, money, everything from that. I am not the role. Yeah. I'm not the role. I'm independent of the role. So as I, the consciousness, tell me what problem you have. Any problem that you talk about will belong to the role. Any problem you talk about. Rahu Grasta. There's ignorance, and plus, because of ignorance, I picked up roles and the role has become me. There is a student who used to come to my class. She is no more. Very nice lady. But I used to call her Jaganma. Jagan Mata. Mother figure to the whole world. Why? She'll mother everyone who comes to their camp. Everyone is mother. She'll make lot of goodies at home and get. And if she is there in the camp, I have put on 1 pound by the time I come back. But you're not your mother only to a couple of kids, na? It's a role. You're not mother to the whole universe or to every children that is there. So a role is a limited thing that you have chosen, you have picked up. But because of self-ignorance, my identification with the role is so total that the role's problems become my problems. Yeah. This is important to let the role problems be the role problems. Even if you are not completely there in terms of knowing the truth, because you're just getting insights into it now. And if you're not completely there, you should learn to isolate roles. Let the role of a parent not impinge the role as a husband or wife, as a partner. Let it not impinge. Sometimes it impinges.
So,
Yeah.
Where does the concept of karma come into the picture then?
Forget karma now. Just take your choice because the role you picked up.
So it's related with
Yeah. So related to what you will meet in the role is karma. So this is it. Very simple. Isolate that. Parent with this particular child, with one child you have a problem. You have 2 other kids. This I have a problem. There with those kids, no, this problem don't impinge that. That this problem that I'm having with the child impinge my relationship with my partner. But it does, because we have not learned to isolate it. It does. It's a simple thing. Samji, I can't sit in the class today. You know why? My knee is killing me. I'm in pain. Now look at it. What have you made? When I'm saying I am in pain, you've taken it as global, no? Isn't it true? That whole you, from Atma down, everything is in pain. Then I ask them, really, you're in pain? What happened to you? No, I fell down and I injured my knee. Did you get any shoulder, arms? No, they are fine. Chest, stomach, etc. are fine. Hips, fine. Ankle, feet, fine. Both the legs, knees? No, only left knee. Achha. Are you listening with your knee? Now, look at the conclusion. I am in pain to My left knee is paining. When I say my left knee is paining, I have isolated the problem. I'm not dismissing the problem. I'm saying there is a problem, but it's with my left knee. What about everything else? Everything else is okay. Then you find you're fine. Only walking is a bit of an issue. Sitting on the ground can be an issue. Otherwise, there's no issue. Can you see? You've isolated the problem instead of making it global. Whereas otherwise, similar. Yeah. This role, I have a problem. Others are fine. Others are okay. So what? 10% of your life there is a problem. 90% is fine. This, as a student, one has to learn to do. Isolate issues, isolate problems, isolate the problem. You can draw the strength from the other roles to handle the problem. See, once you isolate the problem, you'll be able to draw the strength from the other roles. I'm having a problem with my child. Draw strength from the other roles. Partner, friends, school teachers. And you see, from all you can draw to solve the issue. Isolate. Because that's how it is. If you're having problem with a child, you're not having problem with your partner in life, with your employer, with your office, with your colleague. Not having anything. But we let it overflow and impinge. Because our identification is so strong. Now it'll be easy for me to give you an advice. Don't identify. That's only an advice. Nobody can follow it. You are identified. As long as there is ignorance, you will identify to an extent with the roles. The question is isolation. What is practically you can do? Isolate the issue. One role has a problem. Okay. One role, no? I'm playing a dozen roles in life. One of them has a problem. Less than 10%. Big deal. Big deal. Yeah. This will bring some balance into your life. That balance is yoga, okay? Samatvam yoga uchyate. That balance. And to recognize that yourself, the one who's independent of all roles. Because roles are dependent on you, you are independent of the role. The moment you call it a role, you're implying that you're independent of it. That's why you can pick up roles and drop roles. No? Yeah, you can pick up and drop. I'm employed in this company. I'm a VP here. Okay. Tomorrow I check it off. I picked it up, I can drop it. I picked it up one day. In fact, nowadays, every 3 years, you expect it to change. No? The time of lifelong loyalty and all is gone. It's a rarity. Like one of my friends, he joined Philips as a young engineer, remained there right until his retirement. Ended up as general manager or something like that. But rare. It's an oddity. Everyone asks, how did you manage to remain in the same company? It's a role that you're playing. You pick it up, you drop it. Yeah. Almost any role you can do that. Because it's a role. You are the real. You can't pick up or drop yourself, can you? You are you. You play the roles. Role is dependent on you. You are independent of the roles. This much we can be very clear about. Then what is the nature of that I as pure consciousness? As we saw yesterday on that. That is your true nature. And once you know that, see, look at it. Even when I see myself as I, independent of the roles, there's no problem. Because problems are only on the roles. Then when I see myself as consciousness, even the problems of limitation, etc., drop. I'm the limitless consciousness. Anandoham. To be happy, I need nothing. Right now it is, to be unhappy, I don't need anything. And being is enough. My existential angst is there. We felt more of it as teenagers, less of it now. Why? Because we are too busy managing life to feel that. It is there, hidden, buried under. That existential act actually is a longing for moksha. Every human being has it. Every animal has it. But it's expressed as avoiding pain, seeking pleasure. In very basic forms, it is expressed. Moksha is there for every living being. It is that moksha that drove evolution. Swamiji, that's not what the theory of evolution is about. I know. If survival is the means for evolution, we would not have evolved more than a cockroach. A cockroach will survive a nuclear holocaust. You and I won't. So if survival is important, cockroach has a better chance than you and me. You and I evolved more than that. But we had to evolve. Evolution is life seeking itself. Life seeking to know itself. You want to know the truth. I can't stand that ignorance. I can't stand my sense of limitation. Therefore, I am willing to give up my powers to develop this. Survival powers of the cockroach given up. The vision of an eagle given up. The strength of a chimpanzee, of a gorilla, given up. The speed of a cheetah, given up. Before that, the collective existence of an amoeba, given up. All that, we gave up all these things. Why? I want to develop this so that I can know the truth. As a human being. Human beings are puny creatures in the evolution. If you're looking at purely evolutionary manner, it's puny. That's why I knew some people in India who used to hunt. I said, come with me for a hunt. Yeah, sure. He's getting his rifle. Drop all that behind. One spear in your hand and a knife on your belt. That's all. All your fancy clothes that you're wearing, jacket, this, that, knock it off. Only a pair of shorts with a belt and a knife and a spear. Hunt now. If you really want to hunt, now equal. The tiger is bigger than you. All right. So you get the weapons of a spear in your hand and a knife. Now hunt. Come. Samji, we can't hunt like that. I said, come with me. I'll come with you. What's your problem? Not that I'm going to kill an animal unnecessarily. But I wanted to show these guys, come. No, we can't hunt like that. Then what's the greatness about hunting? Half a mile away, you're shooting something. Meet him face to face in the jungle. Meet him face to face. That is courage. I'll accept it. I mean, half a mile away, you tied a goat there and going to come and you're shooting it. So, the amount of powers you are given up. The power of the tiger. Oh my God. Beautiful, majestic. You gave up all that. That majesty you gave up. Now that majesty is only in a tea advertisement. Tiger chai for the man who can look at tiger in the eye. That tiger in the eye look only in a zoo. You don't look at real life. But what all have you given up to evolve this, that you can know the truth? To evolve your brain. Software driven. Hardware is driven by the software for a change. Until you come to know the truth, that's it. And then you discover what? Whole thing was a game, yeah. Whole thing was an apparent play, nothing is real. The consciousness never changed. Consciousness all the time. One consciousness. like one ocean, manifesting as a wavelet here, as a breaker there, as a huge wave, as a tsunami, one water. So one consciousness, manifesting as you and me, manifesting as Ishvara, manifesting as the tiger and the donkey, as the tiger and the deer, the eater and the eaten, the hunter and the prey. What is all that? One consciousness alone. That is what? You, it's me. Pending discovery. That's all that is there. Four walls do not a prison make, nor iron bars a cage. To Athlia from prison. I'm in UK, so I must have quote some UK poetry. I forget the author, but okay. This body does not a prison make, nor my mind a cage. Even the angels that fly above know no such freedom. Because they're limited to the role as angels. Here you have the consciousness free from everything. And that consciousness is now functioning as a human being. It's fun. It's fun. What is the problem? Where is the problem? Somewhere in the roles, thoda problem. Now can you see what is Satyam and Mithya? The role is Mithya. Why? It is dependent on me, the Satyam. I play the role. But I'm judging myself on the basis of my role. I'm successful, I'm a failure. Yeah. Role. Look at it. For this role playing, Ishvara is the director, okay? You are meant to fail. And if you succeed, is that success or failure? It is chaos. This will become like the Ram Leela plays that happen in our villages. North India, we have a lot of Ram Leela going on, you know. And Ram Leela is very funny. It's a play. They put the story of Rama and a play. It goes on. So Rama is shooting at Ravana. Ravana is supposed to fall dead. But he refuses to fall dead. We are laughing and standing. And the director, Marma, you are supposed to die. You have not paid me the 5,000 rupees I'm due for this. You're not paid me. So quickly, one boy goes in and gives him the 5,000. He counts it, puts it in his pocket. Next arrow, he falls. This is the chaos of our society. I'm telling you. If you do things that you're not supposed to. If you're supposed to die, you're supposed to die. Come on. Life will become chaotic. It is exactly. Even some British poems express it nicely. They also serve who? Stand and wait. Because your job right now is to wait. Times are bad for you, don't do anything. You just be. After that, things improve, things will work out fine. They also serve who stand and wait. Of course, my interpretation of the poem, but whatever. But don't be like the boy who stood on the burning deck when all but him had fled. I don't know whether you all heard of these poems in England. They're all England poems, okay? I used to love poetry when I was young. So I remember snatches of it now. But this is how it is. He stood on the deck. Everyone is fled because his father had told him, the father is a captain. Oh, father, oh, my captain. But the father is dead. He's been shot and he's been killed. But he's still, the boy stood on the burning deck. Don't be foolish like that. Okay. I mean, there's courage and loyalty there, but there is also foolishness there. Be smart. Huh? Yeah. Be smart. Huh? So, play the role and understand yourself. If you know yourself, you're free. There's no problem. Your pure consciousness, limitlessness, Anandoham. Before that, I wanted to go to heaven. I wanted to go here. Samjhi, I don't want to go to heaven. Ah, you don't want. You want to go on an Alaskan cruise? Ah, yeah. You want to go to Egypt? Oh, yeah, that'll be nice. Turkey is even better. Have you seen all those Facebook posts that Sandra has put up on Turkey? Istanbul, Constantinople, old Constantinople, modern Istanbul. Beautiful. So the people who want to go to heaven and hell are also touristy people, okay? I've seen everything here, I want to see there. You have not seen everything here. Yeah. So the whole idea is we want something new, this, that, etc. Nothing wrong with it, okay? Just don't take it as a criticism. Nothing wrong. But it comes from this sense of dissatisfaction with myself. That's why he says Rahu Grasta. You are held under ignorance, which is not real, really speaking. It's a shadow. Like Rahu is a shadow planet. It's not a real planet. It's a shadow. What do you call it? Dragon head, dragon tail. Yeah. Yeah. Dragon head is Rahu. Not real. It's just a shadow. Same way, ignorance. What do you have to do to remove ignorance? Stand on your head. You'll get a different perspective. It won't work. You'll prepare your mind all right. But you don't work for knowing the truth. You just have to know. Use a means of knowledge which is appropriate to know the truth. Yeah. And the means of knowledge happen to be the words of the Upanishad. Use it. Then you know. Then what? Swamiji, what will I do after I know the truth? Go have a cup of tea. It's almost tea time. 2 minutes. Yeah, the idea is you can do anything you want to. Where is the limitation? Where is the limitation? What time is tea break? 10:30 or 11?
10:30.
Oh, 10:30. Okay, sorry. I extended. Okay. I thought 11 in my mind.